Well, I just finished my breathing exercise, and I got in here late, having some conversations with Devin, which is okay. We worked out some emotional issues that really had to be worked out. The market broke below its previous week's low and gapped lower. And we're either looking at gap and balance or continuation lower at the moment. This micro composite volume point of control is very important. Overnight low at 76 is really important. This micro composite, look at this, 3 taps. We're watching here for potential shorts. That was a short right there. That was really quick. So yeah, overnight low 76.5. If this micro composite zone goes, then it's very likely to get the overnight low. So we have a VHVN here. We'll see if the market comes back up towards the VPOC. Or if it's finitoed. Alright, here's a retest of this auction at 95. 95. We had a buyer there, and then a rejection. The market has very wide rotations right now. So that's worth noting in case I need to use a 4-point stop loss. It's acceptable. I may have to get in aggressively here if the market breaks. We had a 1 tick and then responsiveness. We'll see how the market responds this time. If it gets down to that IB30. IB30 is in alignment with this micro composite volume point of control. Here's some selling. We have a potential migration here. Wow. That is a crazy release lower. That's what keeps happening at the IBs. FT said that was a very difficult short, IMO. He said this at 9:55. Very noisy trade right now. Basically more of a scalping market. So that's the overnight low. Some very systematic trading. There's a short. There's a short. Here, I mean, it was below the IB, so. Wow. Insane. We have the 48 naked volume point of control. We have a 61 stock zone. There's this stock zone here. Putting in high volume right here. We still have the IB60. That was a nice short there. What the hell is going on with my chart? The market is just liquidating. So let's focus on our macro levels. We have Century Figure 5351, which is a high volume area. Let's get some markings on here. 50.5. This is a micro composite LVN. $85.75. There's another release lower. There's all sorts of ads and scales in here, potentially. That's a break and a retest of the high volume. That's a potential short. So we have 54 micro composite high volume node. $53.75. Right there. We have Century Figure. We're coming into this high volume. Now, is it 51.25? I think that's what it is. That's what my chart says. $48.5 naked volume point of control. That's what Tom just said. So there's the naked volume point of control. Let's put that in there. They're selling through 48. Watching for a short. Okay, the market is pushing up. I don't have my multi-bracket on, that's why I can't enter anything. Damn. Crazy. We have the auction up here at 52. We also have 48. Let's see. We have this low volume node here. We also have high volume here at 61. All right, well, low volume node didn't hold. Next area is 61. Wow, that was a crazy move. This looks like a breakdown of structure here. $56 is an LVN. So we're below 48 here. Structure is being broken to the downside. That was a good pullback for a potential add. There's another pullback to 48. Naked volume. Tom said buying is not in alignment with context, not a rec. If you have an edge, of course follow your plan. Not all days are created equal. We see some seller absorption. Another test of the naked volume. pushing. Damn. It's pretty quick. There's a test of the low. Putting in volume down here. I don't really feel best about this scale location. But we got it. That didn't really feel the best. But we're up at location. Where's our next target? Might break down here. All right. Tough. So low volume node here. Seeing another short. All right. Maybe not. Yet. Let's reassess what's going on here. So we're putting in volume here at 54.5. Support is at 52.5. Liquidity at 60. Maybe I can't really see the liquidity. So we break above and then break that 52. A short there on a retest of volume. Let's watch. That's it for the day. Again, these conditions are really tough. 10-19, taking a lot of opportunities. $10.30. Tom took a short. Well, it'll stop me out at $12. We've at 60 liquidity. It's 12 bucks. Okay. It's weird. I'm in for 4, but I'm not gonna get scaled. I don't really know. Let's see if the Naked Vine point of control releases or holds. All right, so let's review this. So we have a test of the outside edge. So we have basically break low, break high, double top. Hold the naked volume point of control. Test the outside edge. See a selling structure. Go short. Stopped. It picks higher. That's fine. Rejects. Short. One target. Come back. So now we have another hold to the low. Naked volume point of control test. Short. Basing out. I'm thinking potentially lower. Add again. And I could potentially scale, but it's tough. I should avoid this, but my finger kind of just pressed the button. Then we come up to the volume. This is not a short. Here's the IB, 42. IB is at 42. Observing. I love her, Pop. Oh. Oh. Next target is 27.5. And then we got 10. Got me. Tom said, well, I took IBC. Now what's happening? We're back in. I see rejection of this naked volume point of control area. And let's see what happens at the IB. Seller at the IB. And no continuation.
If I email you addresses, can we use the label maker? Or can I have the label maker? How do I
Just
connect
plug it in.
to my computer?
Yeah. And there's an app. You get on my phone.
Do I have to get it?
Yeah, it's called SupVan. All right. SupVan.
Okay.
There's a retest. Maybe we'll get another migration. Here's the outside. 41.5. So you want to be scaled by that area. Consolidating in here. So we got buyers at 41.5 and sellers at 46. Now, buyers took over that 46 for higher. Tom said he bailed on the second short and he's in park. VPOC is an area to watch. We're watching for our system to offer shorting opportunities. We want to watch behavior at the volume point of control. There's a test. continues. Test to the other side. So we're short at 53, and we're looking to get scaled at the low. Sold VPOC, not a rec. Scaled. We're watching for an ad. Got a buyer. And we're out. So these are good trades. This is a good trade. Maybe even this is a good trade. Mostly good trades. And some that were pretty bad. All right, that's 60 liquidity. So here's the beginning of an outside edge. That 60 liquidity got pulled. We have a lot of liquidity up here. Tom said potential mean reversion to observe. This 60 was important. There's no entry on that. But we know what was here. And also at the outside edge. If it would have pulled back, I would have been able to short that outside edge. Tom said short, but I don't really see exactly how he did that. We got a migration lower here. So we're watching. Testing the outside here. Tom is quicker than me. Currently mean reversion at the moment. If we hold the outside, then IBL target. If not, then nada. So pullbacks now become potential. I think I'm gonna miss this. That was the short there, but I felt myself like I'm not gonna take it. I think parts of my system I struggle with. There might be another opportunity in here. Here's a pull back to that 50. Because it's just not very, like, I don't know. I mean, we have the support here. We don't have a lot of heavy orders going on. Here's a buyer. The elusive buyer. The 50 is the resistance. Unconscious competence allowed Tom to take this. It's a great short. Location. Location, location. This area could render a VPOC migration. Here's a test of the IB. Which is at 42. A lot of volume being put in here at 45-ish. Back down here, pressing on the IB. It might release. So now we're out of there. We'll see if this leaves the store. Let's watch a retest of the IB low. Right here, 41.5. We have a weak low, so we're watching here. This might be it. Really struggling here. Let's see if the selling resumes. So now we're pulling back. Seeing stops. Market's testing into this outer edge. Let's see again if it turns into IBF or IBC. Here's a seller. That's really tough. Tom took the short, supposedly. He said very volatile short. Very tight scale. Not for me. Tom said, I do not recommend this. Just saying, read it. Nice IBC just set up. Yeah, because we see the break, the low, and then the pick, and then the fall back in. But it's so tight, and the IB is above. And this auction was just totally disrespected, the shorts here. After the shorts absorbed. Anything could happen, obviously. I'd like to see a test into the 42 area. There's another potential scale. Very tight. This low is currently holding. Buyers active here also. So volatile, says Tom. Yeah, have to accept randomness or just sit on hands and be happy with it. This might be it. Pull back into this IB stock zone area. We got a buyer. So we got seller absorption on that. More seller absorption. So where are the sellers? We got a seller here. We know that there's buyers down here. I know how I'm gonna feel. Especially after how volatile this morning was. More absorption here. So that was too low, and now we break here. Another selling structure. Tom said, not saying what to do with it, might only set up a counter rotation. Or the market may leave this area, because we see some pretty heavy absorption here. Let's see what happens at the IB. Here's the test into the IB. We have this area that offers a potential migration. Tom says park again, changing oil. We're observing 45. This is an area. Be very careful, CT. What does that mean? CT. Oh, counter trend. Not that you can't. I am reading shorts still. Wow. Don't want to operate here, although I'm thinking about it. Key here is determine which side you want to trade, or trade both sides. Again, we're at the IB. Wow. So squeeze IB low, and then sellers come back in. Nice short 44, 45-ish. Yeah, I see it. $37 to observe. That's the support there. 37. This 41 is an outside edge. Tom said nice trade already. Can't scale, so can't enter. Tom said, like being at the rodeo, need to clear 37, managing. Let's see. We have potential for migration as well. If it doesn't clear 37, then that might be it. If it does clear, then potential short. Tom's flat. After it didn't clear here, that's enough for him. Nice purse snatch. That is one way to participate. Very cool. Very cool. This would have been a great short. We rotated off 37, return and checked, then begin rotating higher off of it, flat. Yeah, it's good management. I like that management. Can't predict. I just can't make decisions as quickly as Tom while being consistent. Here's 43. If 37 was too low, then we may break. Maybe for a test of the VPOC. Also, what is 37? High volume node. Still a lot of opportunity in here. Follow your plan. Manage, hide. I'm managing it. I want to trade this afternoon with Tom. Management. We have a weak low. We have 37 as resistance. Another IBC. Follow your plan. Remember, the only thing that changes in the auction is the range of rotations. Yeah. I find it really hard to operate in here. Here's 37. Potential re-entry. or one tick failure and not. Here's IB. Free ticket to ride. We got the ticket to ride, and we're going for the developing low a day. That's our first target. And if we get above 37, we're out. Pretty heavy push. Watching here. This is the area. Flat. I'm pretty surprised that that this worked out profitable for the morning. pretty crazy. A lot of trades today. And I'm going to trade this afternoon. After the stream, I'm going to trade with Tom on this Friday. Double down on the learning. A lot of trades today.
Good morning, traders. Welcome to the Traders Lab. I'm your host, Tom B. Thanks for stopping by. Got a big day today. We've got a lot of things going on in the market. I'm going to, as always, I'm going to try to go as fast as I can. I'm going to be reviewing the structured trades from the Trader Lab community in the stream and try to get to real time if we have enough time for that. This stream is based on Bookmap order flow pools and how it integrates with auction market theory using a volume profile in the intraday developing time frame. In addition, the profile is the way I see it as a chassis to overlay structured trades on. Volume profile is really a way to see inside participant behavior. I personally do not use indicators in this process, but so you understand, what if you define what an indicator is, it is really an output of participant behavior in some fashion or derivative. And most retail traders look to some kind of math-based outputs to determine trend or triggers or however they do it. And they do it in multiple time frames. My experience has been that that it's an inconsistent process and leads to random outcomes. Random outcomes, of course, happen in trading, but we are in a random environment. If you have random inputs, you're always not going to be in a situation to measure or know if you actually have an edge or just a random outcome in a random environment. Now, by random, I'm saying not measurable with no statistical edge. We all see, optically, we see things and our brain sees patterns. And then what we want to do, of course, and our nature is to try to avoid risk and create processes where we can predict what's going to happen. The prediction is a risk aversion, psychological need to fulfill us to build certainty where it doesn't exist. So if we can change this thing, the perception of this a bit, maybe we can change it to the idea there is no certainty, and like a casino who operates in a condition of uncertainty, but only plays games that have structured or anchored inputs, we can then find if we actually have something that gives us an edge over a large sample size, not the random outcomes. You can flip a coin and have a winning trade, but does that create sustainability and an edge over a random distribution of outcomes in an uncertain environment? That's the question. The answer is what we work on and explore in the Trader Lab. And you're all welcome to visit the Trader Lab community. There is no cost. And what you're going to be seeing in the stream, the same thing I do all the time, is structured trades. And I'm going to start with the RTH Open, but there's a couple pieces I have to show you. Grab a pen and a piece of paper. You know, I think I just missed the one little piece I need to do here. General disclosure, all Bookmap's limited materials, information, and presentations are for educational purposes only and should not be considered specific investment advice or recommendations. Risk disclosure, trading futures, equities, and digital currencies involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. Please remember this is not a trade calling room. If we get into it, we'll observe it. And again, these are not trade recommendations. I have to show you the ETH part of it, and I also have to turn down these alerts I'm getting. Hold on, I gotta make an adjustment here. Get these little lines off the chart, and we will be good to go. Okay, and by the way, if you're into YouTube, welcome to the stream. This is the Trader Lab community, and thanks for visiting. Big day again today. Let's follow the yellow brick road. And if you're visiting in YouTube, please give a thumb up. It helps the stream. Okay, now let's go back. Let's look at levels, guys. Yesterday's low, price gap. Where are we? Yes, this level was what's called the naked volume point of control. And wait, there's one more. I gotta show you something. Just so interesting. My ears just got blown. What's going on here? I had some alerts that are sent in here. So apparently we are crossing some levels. Let me try to find this if I can. Guys, where's the overnight high? I can't see it. Trader Lab, can you? Yeah, good morning, Stephen. Can you guys post that in the Bookmap Discord Trader Lab community? Overnight high. Anybody? $54.73 is that right? One more? Thank you. 73.25. Wow, it's so far away. I wonder if I could find it. Oh yeah, here it is. Okay. 54.73. And this was off the report, the NFP. Basically, this is the highest volume from yesterday. It was a target, 54.67. We got to like 70. This was important. This is the ETH high, and we rejected it. What the market says, that's too high. So we got into yesterday's low, and then we rejected the whole enchilada. So that sets up, thanks for playing, and we'll see you next time we're back here, whenever that might be, and then the trend continues. So now I'm going to take you into the RTH Open, and so that was, and today, when I was coming in, my plan, now all these levels are on the chart before, and they were targets, and this was before the report, so all this stuff goes on here. These were targets coming down. 27.5 was a target. And if you open below these things, and here's the RTH Open, it sets up targets coming the other way. So possibly back here, back to the overnight mid, and the naked volume point of control, 19. And 19 was yesterday's, I think it was yesterday. No, it was an open naked volume point of control below us that was left the last time we were down here. So this is an important level. I already tagged my level up above. Remember, let's look at how the auction works. Ooh, this, same thing. We tagged it at the ETH off the report. okay? And the market did the Acapulco cliff dive after that. Once this is too high, now we're going to look at what else might be too high. This, and there's another one. Find these things. This becomes a target. This is the ETH volume point of control. What volume points of control are in the auction world is high volume. And I always think of auction like shop, so it's kind of simple, really. Now, what the market does in the random rotation, the rest of it, that's what makes it difficult because of that randomness. But putting that aside, we have to look at a higher, kind of broad stroke in order to get down to micro stroke. This is now too high. We open below it. So the possibility is come here, come here, come here. I mean, whatever, right? But under these conditions, not so much. So this is too high. Also, in the ETH, which is, you know, the last auction, this was a high volume area in the distribution over here. This is the ETH over here, so you can see it. So we went up, we rejected what was above us. Now we do one of these things, a rotation and consolidation in the ETH. The highest volume in this distribution was there. So think of this like, oh, I'm not paying that. Yeah, but it's on sale. You know, and it kind of rotates. This is what a consolidation looks like. The high volume in any consolidation in any time frame or micro structure, and you'll see me go down into, you know, with the scalpel. It's all generic. It's all shopping. It's all rotation. It's all consolidation, and this is how the auction works. The market is continually trying to figure out, is this too high or too low? Well, I'm not paying that. Yeah, but it's on sale. No. Yeah, but it's a great price. I'm leaving the store. You guys can keep it. Now we start down here. So it's a sequence of rotations. So the market does these rotational behaviors and either moves away or it finds too low and then comes back and checks. And so this is the nature of auction. So in the ETH, the most recent auction was too high. This was left over from last time we were down here. If I open lower, follow the yellow brick road, and I check the last place it was too high in the ETH, and the last place it was too high in the previous RTH, I can sell it. Or, here it gets more fun, or I can look for the shorts, take a short first, turn around, cover my short, put another short back on, or, and see, there's a lot of ors, or get long and here. Now, I'm going to tell you, for me, no longs today. And it doesn't matter if the thing goes up to, you know, wherever, at least currently. And I don't see the current market, but I'm going to show you the first trades. So statistically, this is a high probability. Boy, we got so much volatility in here. This has a high probability. I'm just letting you know. And these are all based on statistics. This has a high probability. And we got this sitting down in the book. Something to, and it's 2,000 of those 3,000 orders sitting down here. So I'm looking at this. This is, you know, right at the open. I have my levels. I know about this. I know about this. And I'm opening right here. So I'm going, okay, right? Too high? Maybe. Maybe too low. But it's a high probability target. And considering the gap, the trend, and everybody who's running for the exit, I don't know about you. I want to get short. Just me. And again, so how might I do this? Well, if I decide that I want to trade with the trend instead of counter trend, I will use long trades. And this is not, I'm talking about what I do, not what you should do. Because you can craft this any way you want. You could go long, short, you can do whatever you want to do. I'm just, call me a little crazy. I just want to stay with the trend. Old saying, trend is your friend. Trend down. So for me, when I see longs, I use them to cover. I don't use them to get long. Because I want to do is if I see a counter trend rotation, I want to use that for a line. So there's two sides in the market. And if the market gets lopsided, it can definitely squeeze out the last leg, and you got to think of it that way, and then continue if you want to be on the short side. Today, for me, was short. So I did not have a long trade. Doesn't mean I won't, but at the moment, up to the start of the stream. So let's look at this. I'm going to take you into the microstructure. Now, what is this? Let's come, whoops. Too far here. Gotta show you levels. Okay. All right, let's start. RTH open. So what do we anticipate? In the Trader Lab, I always say this, and I always say it at the top of the stream, and I know you guys yawn and hit your head on the desk. I say the market goes up to go down, and the market goes down to go up. And the reason for that is, and if the market's short, what can we anticipate after yesterday? Potentially two things. One, the market opens, we get a counter rotation, or we don't. So it's like we can get early selling, then profit taking, so the market goes down, the market goes up, and then the market goes down. Now, it could also open, go up, and go down. So we're looking, for me, I'm just looking to see who takes control, and I suspect whoever the initial participants are will get taken out. So there's two possibilities. New sellers, right, so that gives you a downswing. Then those sellers, if we run out of those early sellers, they become buyers, their buy stops, we counter rotate, and then we have to see. And that's where these levels come in. So RTH open. Now I'm going to take you into microstructure. Follow the yellow brick road. That's what I call it. This is called developing volume point of control. What do I see? My sellers. Are we shocked? Not really. I'm going to label this. Variable high volume node. It's actually right here. And what is a variable high volume node? It's my attempt to follow pricing in the auction. Because remember what the auction is. And what is the market? It is participants trying to find out what's a fair price. If you are a shopper, which is what traders really are, we're shoppers. You know, the old saying, buy low, sell high, buy low, right? Well, that's what we're trying to do. What's too high, what's too low? In all these interactions and all fractals and time frames, there are shoppers, and they represent themselves with consolidations, and this is happening in all time frames. So when the market opens, this yellow line is measuring volume, and RTH open, it starts at 0. So now it's counting the volume, it's measuring the volume, and it's very sensitive on the open. So this thing's going to really run around. But it gives us, and this is very aggressive trading, and I always say developing traders should not trade this. What they should do is learn to read it. This is a language of the market, and since I don't use indicators, what's my indicator? It's the participant behavior. Your indicators are translators. That's the only difference. I'm in real time, you're using lagging, and if you're actually using multiple inputs, you're going to have ambiguity, conflict, and maybe even inconsistency. And again, I can't speak for you, but typically results speak for themselves. And if you're trying to always fix it and tune it and tweak it, that's just, you're trying to optimize a process that then maybe does not have an edge. And that's up to you to determine. That's what Trader Labs. So this is the retail price, chop, 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 consolidation. What happens if you break away from a consolidation? What it says in the language of the market, and I speak market, so this is a foreign language to you. That's why you use Google indicator translator. Same thing. There's my sellers. What does this tell me? Too high. I mark it and I break. Now, VPOC migration. Too high. Now I'm down here. There's more volume here than up here. VPOC migration. You see the little consolidations here? What these are reflecting the volume. They're actually distributions or consolidations. So when I break away from them, it's in the short micro time frame. I'm not paying that. How about down here? Not paying that either. You can have it. You want an S&P there? You buy it. I don't want it. That's what they're saying. So, you don't want that S&P, do we? Well, maybe we do, but do we want to sell it down here, or do we want to wait? So there's a couple possibilities. So I'm going to show you a couple ways to do this. This is a structured trade in the Trader Lab. I see absorption here, and this, I call this VPOC migration. It is a structured trade, and it's extremely aggressive. So right here, I see my seller. This is too high. I now have more volume here. The volume point of control shifts down. It shifts down. These are potential shorts. Now, where am I trying to go? You ask. Here. Because this, in the ETH, is the retail price. I already checked the retail price above at the high, the overnight high in the ETH. My next level is this. Now, how it gets there, does it get there? It's called clueless. How about that? So I take a short here. And these are trades I take, and I take others, but I'm going to try to keep this just a structured trade, so you can kind of see process. Now, so here, right here, I get scaled, and I get taken out here, right here. Now, that's okay. Now, where am I? I come back here. Now, remember what I said at the top of the stream. Market goes down to go up. And the thing about this is, there's no way to know if we're going to get here before the rotation. Now, I did see this. This is absorption. So I'm seeing this, and my antenna goes up. I go, but now I'm seeing the sellers. Now, let's look at the order flow. So I've got a buyer here. Sellers are all up here. I have the sellers here. I get a buyer here. This is moving down. This is good for me. Right here, nothing going on. I get my buyer here. As long as I'm below that buyer and this volume point of control, I'm okay. I see the buyer here, the teeth chatter a little bit. I'm also below this guy, that buyer. Everything is looking good. I get my seller here. I'm already going, hey, I'm all right now. And I get this reversal. As soon as I get this reversal right here, the trade has problems. Because now these guys were absorbed, and I can't tell what's going on until, I see it. Because where would your indicator tell you it's time to get out of the trade? Well, my quote indicator tells me I got a problem in here. So then it's trade management. So what I do is my job is to get risk neutral, job number one. This is Trader Lab. It's a process. And then if I come back above here, which was the first place it was too high, then I'm out of the trade and I'm back here. So this is the squeeze. Market goes up to go down, or it goes down to go up. Which one? No way to know. So now what do? I come back here. I pop the opening swing high, which is right here. I get my buyers. Now, I'm not seeing a lot of action here. There's only a few buy stops going on. Let's watch. What is this? Right here, VHVN. So I take the stops, including moi. I come back here. This is now retail. I pull back. Let's look at the microstructure. Now, I have to suggest, you may look at this and go, what the heck is going on? I understand. This is a language. Now, if you want to learn to speak a foreign language, think about it. If you ever tried to play a musical instrument or speak a language, you're going to go, what's going on? That's what I do. I go, what's going on? So right here, I come up to the stops, which I know are there because it's the opening swing. And I also know, including me, that if I get the counter rotation, they'll take me out. I'm perfectly okay with that because the market never has to come back. So I get my rotation, I get my stops, and I'm looking. Now, I need a trigger. And I don't know right here what's going on. I mean, I'm clueless. Proud to tell you, clueless is my nature because clueless doesn't mean ignorant, it means open-minded. By the way, if you have questions, please post them. Now, right here, I see a micro consolidation. You can see it there, okay? And I have no clue. I mean, I see this, for all I know, it's going here, and now it comes here. So I get my reversal. Now this, let's look here. Look at the alignment. I'm going to put a little line on here just so you can see it. So there's my high volume, and that's micro high volume. I cannot do anything with that, but I know it's there. So what I can do with this is go, the participants in this microstructure, and it's only in hindsight, I don't think I know it. This is now too high. This little area right under it, right? That line, not the line, but where this finger thing is, right there, top of the arrow, is called a low volume. It is a micro consolidation. When I see it, it tells me too high. Now I can't, it's only in hindsight, don't forget. Now I have this is too high, this one, this is the same thing. So micro consolidation. Now next one, here. So resistance. So now I have too high, I have too high. And I have, this is my retail trade. This is called mean reversion. Now I need to get short somehow. There it is. I take the short. I'm coming back here. This is just mean. Now we're in something called mean reversion. This is a context that we explore and you would understand if you're in trader. So that's the short. Now, where am I going? Here. This is the same trade from here. What happened? Slapped in the slapped area. Why? Opening swing. No surprise. Are you prepared for it? Yes, if you're in Trader Lab. Once you pull outside, now this is the retail price. What is mean reversion? Outside in trading. Context inside a context. Trend down. We hit our upside target. I'm bringing you back to Y. Squeeze the area. Rotate. Trigger. Alignment. Microstructure. Short. No bueno. Who knows? Variable high volume node. All we did was pick the stops, break below it, come back and test it, short, south, target. Now, follow. Where do we come? Watch. What's too high? This and this. Let me just make sure I got the right level. So you got this, which we broke out of. We have this, and we have this. So these are levels. So here's what I know. Too high, too high, too high, break low, potentially too high, mid and VWAP, too high. That's what I know. Too high. By the way, if you get taken out here, if you did, what do you do here? Break. What's this? Watch. Too high, where are you going? Here. Now, the thing with this is, it is time frame and fractal specific. There are some traders that are going to sell this. Let me get back here. I should say, let me just get my bearing straight here. Yeah, get short here, get scaled, keep their stop up here. Other traders are going to get scaled, keep their stop up here. Other traders are going to put their stop here, but where is it? Mid and VWAP. Are you going to put your stop at the mid and VWAP? I don't. Why? Everybody else does. Where does this trade fail? Here. What do you do now? Break low. What do you do here? Add. What do you do here? Scale. Break below. What do you do here? Add. You scale. I did. Get taken out. No problem. Annoyance. Yes. No problem. Where's my variable high volume node? It's there. Now this might be too much, right? Let's watch. Where do we come? Where's resistance? Here and here. Now, come across, squeeze out the shorts. Life in the fast lane. Is the trend up or down, you ask? And I'm going to say, I think it's down. So let's watch. Now we come up here. We're over all of this. Now, the question becomes, are we in an uptrend or a downtrend? Right? How are we doing in YouTube, by the way. You guys conscious? Or did you pass out? I wouldn't blame you if you pass out. Today will pump a lot of dopamine and adrenaline, and you're going to be very tired if you've been actively trading. I get very active on days like this, and I can get a little frisky. So I have to kind of keep, a leash on my psychology, my emotional states. One of the things you don't understand, I'm sure you guys have heard about this, but when you're active like this, there's adrenaline and a lot of dopamine. You start getting, winning trades, and your account is looking good. You can forget. You lose track or insight. So here I'm watching the trade go up. I'm out of my shorts. I do not get long. I am looking again for a short. So let's come back and remember what was too high here and here. Remember 19. You do remember, right? That's why levels are important, and this is the auction. Now there's no precision. It's areas of behavior. So I know we all would love to have precision, and our nature is looking for certainty. Unfortunately, it doesn't exist in the market. What exists is maybe, and then you try to get in alignment. As long as I'm under this, I only want to fade it, but I don't know, where are we going to come? Here. Well, I see this. I'm going, well, there's nothing to do here. So up. Now, going up. Right here, I see a buyer and I see a seller. So, and a sweep, stop sweep. We got a lot of stuff happening right here. This is my location. So I'm looking for this. This is what I'm looking for. I'm saying test, and this is when you start saying, come on. I'm actually cheering for the long so I can get short. So let's look. Microstructure is there. Now remember how this works. I have no clue. Proud to say I'm clueless. Because if I thought I knew something, I would then think I have a foresight, and I don't. Here's what I see. I see this. I see the microstructure. Now at the time, here, let's come back to this. At the time, this doesn't exist. So right here, I see microstructure. So I'm watching this thing, I see this. I come up. I see microstructure. I've got it there, and I've got it here now. So this is a suspect. It's nothing more. Now I break below this. Putting another line on here, again, just to show you structure. And I know I take a lot of time with this, but I think it's kind of important. Test, break low. So now I have this, and then the buyers up here. These guys were absorbed, and up here, there are buyers here. They got absorbed. So you see the buyer, but you see the red delta. If we don't go through it, in other words, the buyers overwhelm the seller, then these guys have control. The buyers take, this is like a shootout. I think of it kind of like trench warfare, It's like they're shooting each other here. Who's going to win? Do the buyers overtake the sellers here? You see? If they don't, and I break away again, this is suggesting to me that potentially this is too high. Right here. So, and this is the fight. You see? This is the test, this is a short. That's a TraderLab structured trade. What that is a trigger, and you could learn this in TraderLab. And remember, the TraderLab it's a no-cost community. We pull back here. It's the same trade. So you get chop, your consolidation, you get a trigger. Now, this is the trigger. Now right here, it's a suspect. And subject to your skill, you could be short in here. Your stop has to go above here. Or you're waiting because you get your test. And now you're see the consolidation? We break out here. So now you have a bona fide trigger. The micro high volume here, and remember you got the midget up here, so you also have it there. You actually know it was too high here, So your stop goes out above that structure. This is your entry. Your stop is up above the, up above this height. Is that, and you would, what I often do is I'll put a limit order, because my, the lunatic that resides in my head, I call him Hyde, will get in here. I don't want to miss it, phone. Well, the discipline part of my trading, and even though I'm going on 45 years of trading, has nothing to do with it. The emotional triggers are always there. You just have to recognize them and find a way to manage it. And that's putting yourself in a calm state and anticipating, not being surprised, because that's really what will undo this. So I believe you come to TraderLab, you learn how to trade if you put the work in. Whether or not you can do it has to do with learning, develop confidence in your statistics. Without statistics, your emotions are really the driver. When you have statistics, you can manage your emotions better because you have something tangible versus how you feel, which is triggered by fear and greed. So that's the entry, that's the short. And where's the target? It's here, mean reversion. You see this? What was the trade we did before? Wasn't it mean reversion? What is this? Trend down, location, ballpark, short, trigger here, another opportunity there. Scale here, put your helmet on. Where do we pull back? Variable high volume node. Have you seen this before? Look at the structure. Can this help you in your trading? And I can't see your questions at the moment. And unfortunately, I'm taking a long time here. And but I think if you can see how this works, I can get these out of here because they're stale. Just get rid of this. Get rid of this. Oh. Yeah. All right, enough of that. Okay, short continuation back there. So here's what you have. Short to there. Short to there. Same trade. Different structures. These are specific setups or structured trades. It's available to everybody in the Bookmap Discord TraderLab community. There's no cost. Pull back here. What is this? Structured trade. Short. Acapulco cliff dive. Remember where we were going. Overnight volume point of control. Overnight low, next target. So those are the shorts. And there's more, of course. Now this, so you'd have all of these in TraderLab. This is a target right here, by the way, next target. So you have, this is a target coming down. You remember that from the top of the stream. This is your next target. So what I do is I just trade the targets, really, and manage my trade. So I get to my target. This trade would be over for me. And it's, let me just put it this way, subject to the number of contracts. So let's assume I'm only running 2 lots, and then I'm adding and scaling, or I'm just running whatever. It's all subject to the plan you bet. Here's what I see. I break here. It's now 9:15. At 9 a.m., if we make a new low, and I can't imagine any reason why we would take out the high of the day at the moment. Now, are we going to do it? It's not my job. Here's what I know. Let's go back to what we know. I know this is too high. As long as I'm under here and I'm under here, I'm only leaning, for me, on the shorts. And it doesn't mean I can't get long. What it means is I'm on the shorts up to this so far. Okay? Now, it doesn't mean you can't trade both sides. It doesn't mean anything, because it's your plan, it's not mine. But let's look at what happens. VPOC migration. This was my target. Now, there's another piece, the initial balance low. At 9:30, the first hour high or low, and it's called the initial balance, or IB. There's over a 90% probability, past performance not indicative of future results, we're going to take one of these things out. I don't know about you, I'm going to lean on this one, below, all things considered. So here's what I know. Target, here, out. Now this. Now when this happens, I'm going, oh, I shouldn't have got out.
Also, Greg better not tell his date or tell that random girl what the fuck or anything about this. And if he already did, she's not coming.
I already told Greg to not say anything, so that's...
No, but he isn't getting out to whoever he's dating, whoever he's seeing, whoever he marries. He isn't getting out. So I don't trust him.
Out.
He thinks in his mind he's gonna say it doesn't matter to her life. This person's not gonna tell anyone. She's irrelevant. He doesn't get that.
He won't do that. He won't
I don't
say
trust
anything.
him. So tell him again whenever you talk to him next that he has no wiggle room to fucking open his mouth about us. He shouldn't. He doesn't even deserve to know. Tell him that, and that he better not tell that date. And if even no matter how awkward it is between him and I, he doesn't fucking tell her.
Okay. I will tell
And if
him.
you already told her, he has to be honest with you, and she's not coming.
Okay. Hey, that's it? No.
Yeah.
Oh! Come back.
Isn't that what you think? What is that? FOMO. Read. Emotional stimulus. But I don't have a structured trade. I'm thinking I shouldn't have got out. I'm feeling I shouldn't have got out. You know, you should have trailed your stop here. Because that's, if I was using a trailing process, which I do discuss in Trader Lab, I'd be using these sellers and the fact that these buyers got stuffed. There was, right here, notice the test, this is micro. Now I'm not gonna go into that here. This is trade management, it's another process, it's advanced. Notice where I come back, liquidity comes in the book. I'm going, I should have stayed, but I got out. So now, what do I do? What do I do? Watch what I do. So I come across here. Now, I'm in something called mean reversion, right? Let's watch. I'm going to show you another way to trade this. Now, again, what I do is not necessarily the best thing to do. It's just something. So I'm looking now. So I come in at 9:30. I'm looking for my IB. It's not set yet. So I'm looking up for rotations to get short. I see this in the book at 60, and I think I posted this in Trader Lab to watch 60. I did actually. You come to Trader Lab, all this stuff's going on. So I post, I don't call trades because I take stops too. You know, you don't need me. What you need is, I believe, is to understand how the market works, and you can formulate a process that's in alignment with your psychology. So I know this is here. This is how order flow can help you. This is resting liquidity, and there's like 800 contracts sitting here in the limit order. This is important. This is how you use a high tier pool like book. I'm putting pieces together. Now we know that they can pull, they can do anything they want to do. And everybody on the planet can see it. So I know that also. But if we know something is sitting there, 800, and I'm looking to get short because at 9:30, I know the low of the day, the current low, will have, wherever that is, it, at 9:30, has over 90% probability of getting taken out. What do I want to do? Get short. So I'm anticipating a statistic, and this is TraderLab. So I know about this, so I know this is still important, but not as important because I already came under it, and now I have the current market statistic. Don't forget, this was open. So it was just hanging out here from the last time we were down here. Now I'm trading the current auction, but not forgetting what's going on. So right here, let's look at the structure. I think I posted, I don't remember, I think I posted this in TraderLab. I took this short. Now, I have a little experience at this, so I can read it probably better than most, you know. I'm not saying anything, you know, I mean, and it's random, right? So if we look at this structure here, so there's a buyer, so here's what I got. Let's come here. Microstructure. Well, first of all, I got buyers here. I got this structure here. I see a seller. No bueno. Buyers take control. This guy is under the bus. Thanks for playing. Now I see buyer, 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 buyer. I'm not doing anything. Are you? No. I get this. Where's my seller? I know my sellers are stuffed over here. I see my buyer. This guy is under the bus. As long as I'm above him, it's going up. Buyer, buyer, buyer. Liquidity. Look. Now, here. Selling iceberg, 8 stops, only 8 stops, 1. This is the only thing I use from indicator world, divergence. So this is the stop and iceberg detector. It's available in Global Plus. It's an add-on. You can read about it in the Bookmap marketplace. These orders are what's called MBO data. It comes directly from the CME. You know, orders have to be tagged. You know, what is this? A market order, a limit, a stop? What the heck is going on? Well, if it's a stop, they have to be labeled. So basically, Bookmap reads these order tags and then lets us know, is it an iceberg order? What's going on? Delta represents, in these bubbles, the aggressors. So a buy stop is an aggressor, it becomes a market order. That's delta. And buyers, right? So we know that. So just because there's buyers here, I see there's only 7 stops. So that means there's initiators in here. I get 1 stop, there's initiators in here. I get 8 stops, where's my delta? I get 1. Where's my delta? There's my seller, there's my seller. The antenna is now in the alert mode, right here. I see my seller, right here I see no buyers. If you put a little box around this, you have a consolidation, it's right here. Buyer, exhaustion, liquidity, sellers, no buyer, break. This is a short. If you can get on it, let's watch it. I took this, so I can't even remember how I got into it. I think what I did here, I read it at this point, so I kind of, but so this is support. You see this? This is the last area of support, so we know that. So just because buyer, 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 liquidity, look, now, anything, you know, I mean, it's ended. So I'm looking, need me. What you need is, I believe, is to understand how the market works. Then you can formulate a process that's in alignment with your psychology. So I know this is here. This is how order flow can help you. This is resting liquidity, and there's like 800 contracts sitting here in the limit order. This is important. This is how you use a high tier pool like book. I'm putting pieces together. Now we know that they can pull, they can do anything they want to do. and everybody on the planet can see it. So I know that also. But if we know something is sitting there, 800, and I'm looking to get short because at 9:30, I know the low of the day, the current low, will have, wherever that is, it at 9:30, has over a 90% probability of getting taken out. What do I want to do? Get short. So I'm anticipating a statistic, and this is TraderLab. So I know about this, so I know this is still important, but not as important because I already came under it, and now I have the current market statistic. Don't forget, this was open. So it was just hanging out here from the last time we were down here. Now I'm trading the current auction, but not forgetting what's going on. So right here, let's look at the structure. I think I posted, I don't remember, I think I posted this in TraderLab. I took this short. Now, I have a little experience at this, so I can read it probably better than most, you know. I'm not saying anything, you know, I mean, it's random, right? So if we look at this structure here, so there's a buyer, so here's what I got. Let's come here. Microstructure. Well, first of all, I got buyers here. I got this structure here. I see a seller. No bueno. Buyers take control. This guy is under the bus. Thanks for playing. Now I see buyer, 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 buyer. I'm not doing anything. Are you? No. I get this. Where's my seller? I know my sellers are stuffed over here. I see my buyer. This guy is under the bus. As long as I'm above him, it's going up. Buyer, buyer, buyer. Liquidity, look. Now, here. Selling iceberg, 8 stops. Only 8 stops. 1. This is the only thing I use from indicator world, divergence. So this is the stop and iceberg detector. It's available in Global Plus. It's an add-on. You can read about it in the Bookmap marketplace. These orders are what's called MBO data. It comes directly from the CME. You know, orders have to be tagged. You know, what is this? A market order, a limit, a stop? What the heck is going on? Well, if it's a stop, they have to be labeled. So basically, Bookmap reads these order tags and then lets us know, is it an iceberg order? What is it? What's going on? Delta represents, in these bubbles, the aggressors. So a buy stop is an aggressor, it becomes a market order. That's delta. And buyers, right? So we know that. So just because there's buyers here, I see there's only 7 stops. So that means there's initiators in here. I get 1 stop, there's initiators in here. I get 8 stops. Where's my delta? I get 1. Where's my delta? There's my seller. There's my seller. The antenna is now in the alert mode. Right here. I see my seller. Right here, I see no buyers. If you put a little box around this, you have a consolidation. It's right here. Buyer, exhaustion, liquidity, sellers, no buyer, break. This is a short. If you can get on it, let's watch it. I took this, so I can't even remember how I got into it. I think what I did here, I read it at this point, so I kind of, so this is support. You see this? This is the last area of support. Buyers are above it. I get my sellers here, I break. I was looking at this, because there's high volume there. You can see the little node, and there's high volume here. So what I'm looking at is these structures. So the buyers are in control in this structure. You can see it. So that's support. Sellers take control in this structure. There's the break. I don't know until I can't get through here. Now, once I break under this one, which is also now support becomes resistance. So I took a short here. So that's still within my, you know, it's only a couple point risk, and I got this. So that was my short. I got scale. And I'm going for the, what's called the IP low, which is going to be this at 9:30. And I'm thinking, now I don't know how it's going to get there. If it's going to get there, I know nothing, because I do know nothing. So I'm looking for this to get taken out. Microstructure right here. Watch this. You see this symmetry? Let's just watch it. This is fractal. So what I do is I look at the fractals. Oh, I see the absorption here. 930, this is going to be locked in, and I'm going to be I'm trading towards it. So I cover. Now this is just what I do. Now I'm still going to be trading outside in. Let's watch. What was too high? Wasn't it there? Wasn't it there? I put another short on here. So I'm using these structures when I come back. So I got covered, grunting. This was already here. You saw me put it on. This shifts down. VPOC migration is what I call this. This is saying for the whole day, this is the retail price. If I pull outside, it sets up the same context called mean reversion. So now I'm going to trade outside to here, going for 930, which is now locked in. This low, the IB, and that's my target from here. Let's see what it does. There's my target, okay? Now, so that's another short in Traderland if it's in your plan. So now this. Now I have another trade in Traderland. I hope I can catch up real soon. And it's called the IB continuation trade. Let me show it to you. And I hope you guys are getting something out of this. Now, I'm below this, right? So I'm looking at this. So that's important. And I came under here. So that's important. So that's why it's a target and then it's trade man. You know, whatever it does, it does. And I never know. Like everybody else, I'm clueless. So what I have to do, I mean, I have levels, but I can look here and go, I have sellers here. If I come back and test it right there, that subject to your time frame is a short or a trade management process. If this is too high and I break away from it and I come back and check it, it's still too high. You see how this might work? I see my buyers absorb here and I have a stop sweep. Antenna is up. I'm just saying. Now I come back here, right here.